Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I apologise for the lack of voice, the poor sounding voice. I do currently have COVID. I'm on day 3 of having COVID and it sucks, but I wanted to try and get out as many videos whilst I have my voice back to some level of availability, suitability for you guys. And I apologise for the lack of appearance because I'm currently in my PJs, but I want to still get out some content for you. And today I'm going to be talking about autism and social and physical boundaries. As an autistic woman, this is something that I've struggled to comprehend for quite a lot of my life, for most of my life if I'm honest. And I want to talk about it. I talked about this with my friend Michael yesterday, and we had a quite long talk about it, and he felt and I felt it would be a good topic for a video content idea, and I'm sure he won't mind me promoting him, so thank you, Mike, for the suggestion and the talk yesterday. So as an autistic woman, I want to talk about my struggles with it and why I struggle with it so badly. So first off, why do I struggle with it as an autistic woman? Well, number one is because I struggle with people's physical and mental boundaries. So when you communicate with someone who's a friend, or you consider family, or a close, intimate friend, and sometimes with autism you don't realise that you're interacting and interfering in their physical and mental boundary, and sometimes that can lead to awkward discussions, or it can lead to problems with communication and friendship breakdown. I've had this happen to me in my past many a time. I've had this happen to me to such a point where people are like, Gemma, this is really quite inappropriate, you're saying some things that aren't right and accurate, and I don't know what to do, and maybe it's best if we, take a break from communicating. This has happened with me and Mike in the past. He had to kind of take a step back and go, Gemma, whoa, what the hell are you doing? And it kind of pushed a really awkward wedge between our friendship and relationship, and I really felt gutted because, I wasn't able to talk to him for quite a while, and, being away from him on the phone was devastating because I was used to having that monthly communication, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, Gemma, what the hell are you doing? You're pushing this poor guy away, he's trying to help you, and he's trying to support you, he's known me over 10 years at this point. And obviously at that point I didn't know I was diagnosed. I've only been diagnosed 8 years now. So, it's been very awkward with knowing the person's physical and social and emotional boundaries. And it wasn't until he actually took the time recently to really reiterate what it means to be careful of a person's social, emotional, physical boundaries. When you make friendships with somebody, for somebody on the autistic spectrum like myself, it is really difficult to tell when you're crossing that line and you're crossing that friendship boundary and that close friendship boundary. And I've had people online that I've done this to as well, not intentionally. I've not meant to intentionally hurt them or cause them physical or mental or emotional distress, but it's just something that has happened to me and that person over time. And people have had to walk away from me and go, Gemma, just, whoa, chill, back off a little bit, you're pushing the friendship boundary, and I have to walk away and take a break. And I apologise to those people. I know I've not intentionally done it, I know I've not intentionally caused a problem, but it is my responsibility. It is something that I'm guilty of. It's something that I'm currently going through, something that has happened to me in the past, and I don't want to recap the service again and keep happening, that I push people away who care about me and support me. I know a lot of people online do have my welfare in order, do care about me, love me, support me, and want the best for me. And sometimes I don't read that. I read that as people trying to hurt me, or I misinterpret it as they're trying to bully me, intimidate me, make me feel shitty about myself. And I read it the wrong way and go, oh, I'll just push them away, they don't really matter, and of course they matter, they're my friends, they're people I consider family, and, I have to be careful what I say to someone. And for the people who have tried to be there for me in the past, I apologise, because it's not easy for me as an autistic woman to sit here and admit my wrongdoings and my failings, my muck-ups, because it is hard for me to read people's body language, their intention, their inflection in their voice, their tone, their attitude. It is really difficult for me to understand what you mean a lot of the time. And again, I can misread that as a way of you being mean or facetious or disrespectful or hurtful towards me. And again, that has turned into a way where I've gone sarcastic at people. I've called people out and not realised that they've meant the best for my welfare and not meant to diss me or hurt me or make me feel shit. They've tried to make me learn and listen and go, hey Gemma, stop. Think about what you're saying, think about what you're doing, think about your tone, think about your attitude, think about the way you say things because you are hurtful. And I had to sit and recently think about it. I'm like, oh shit, I've done it again. I've pushed the person away, I've left them feeling hopeless, and I've left them feeling hurt and not trusting me, and I deserve that. I get it. I know some people won't forgive me, that's fine. I understand I've done the harm and the damage, and I've had to learn from that. But a lot of people, like my friend Mike, have actually come back to me and go, okay, Gemma, we'll try again, and we'll work on boundaries and communication. And I realise that your autism plays a factor in everything. And so I think a lot of people are a lot more forgiving with me now than what they were. But at the same point, it is a constant battle with me with this, because it's something that I'm guilty of. I know that I have to work on it. I know I have to keep on pressurising it and trying be like, hey, like, help me out, give me tips, tricks, advice, like, help me understand what I'm doing wrong so I can fix it. Because if I don't learn from it, how am I meant to fix it? I know that sounds like a bit like an excuse, like I'm trying to be a hypocrite. I'm not. I'm just speaking from experience of what I've done in the past and what I've done presently. And I know I sound crap, so I apologise, but this topic is important. Like, for me, who struggles to communicate on an everyday basis, this is an important topic. And, I know I'm guilty of overstepping people's personal and mental, emotional boundaries. I don't mean no harm. I really don't. I really don't know. Sometimes I'm overstepping their kindness, their boundaries, their appreciation, their respect of me, and their friendship towards me. And I do really sincerely hope people do forgive me in the future when they feel comfortable and ready to do so. But it can be very complicated when you have to read people's intentions and people's attitudes, and you realise that their friendship does mean something and they're not trying to backstab you, hurt you, ditch you, whatever. And yeah, it is hard. Like, I'm gonna try and be a bit more less obsessive, compulsive, needy, demanding, spoilt, brattish, and try my best to be the best friend, the sister, the family member who they come to for communication. And yeah, I just thought I'd share a personal thing of how I cope with it. And yeah, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will be back next time. Bye, guys.